Hello, Earth, Taurus Virgo Capricorn people. I think we're getting near Virgo season. I'm a Virgo Venus. So this is my love message. So let's see what happens, my Earth, the next couple of days. Let's see what's coming. Not gonna take those. Kind of feels like they just fell out. Like I dropped them, not that they fell. But all right, this is a general reading. It will not resonate with everybody. It'll definitely resonate with somebody, just not everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's the way that we grow our tribe. And this message is definitely for the next couple days from the moment you see it. So let's see what spirit, our higher selves, our guides, whatever, who I connect with right now. What messages do they have to bring forward? What guidance do we have for our Earth? Let's see. Knight of Emotions and the Three of Inspiration. This was the card that closed out the air read. Air being the element right before Earth. So this is the card to me of new beginnings. This is the card of walking through the door, starting anew, like letting go of the past, creating that gap, because the dominoes of the past are coming to an end, but there's a gap where the new ones start, and you're ready, like under the doorway, the passageway of really leaving the past behind and starting anew. So seeing that as the first card is pretty dope. And then you have the Knight of Emotions. So then you have this offer of love coming towards you. All right. So it's almost like, the minute you open yourself, the minute you let go of old baggage, the minute you free that space, something new is coming. And this is a beautiful white horse, right? He's galloping towards you. He's, I want to say very muscular. I don't know why I thought that, but okay, maybe the person coming towards you fits that description. I don't know. But anyway, and he's making it known that, I'm coming for you. All right. And then there's a seashell behind it. So the message will echo in your head. You're not going to miss it. You're not going to miss this offer. It's going to be very blatant. It's going to be very, appealing. All right, it's something that you'll definitely be able to see and pay attention to. All right, I like that. I want to see things change, right? We all do. We all want to see improvements. Let's put it that way, because change is not always what we want. Nine of Emotions. So you've been kind of stuck in your head, weighing up your options, trying to think of which is the best way to go. But what's funny, in this particular deck, in this card, everybody in every single option that's floating around is creating a spiral, and everything is kind of like strung together. Okay, it's been held together by strings, yet the chalice of love is sitting at the shore. All right, so you're starting to see things for what they really are. If you had options in your love life, you're really starting to decipher who's who it is that you want. And once you take that step, that decision, once you make that decision and you clear out the clutter with the Three of Inspiration, you start anew, and boom, there comes your new offer. All right. Oh, another Knight, the Knight of Voices. So this is going to be a very truthful, very straightforward person that's like really starting to see a future. All right, someone that's really starting to see the path ahead. So maybe someone was hesitating to come forward, and you kind of kept your options open because this person had not made a decision. They weren't committed to you, whatever it may be. And now once you say, what, the fuck with everything else, it is what it is. Or once you start exercising your options, that's what really triggers this person to be like, wait, hold on. I don't want to be the person that gets left behind. I want to be part of that future, and then make it very clear with the Nine of Emotions and the Nine of Voices. And then you have the Queen of Voices. So there we go. That kind of validates what the little different storyline that I just kind of felt there, which is this person was indecisive. They couldn't commit to you. They couldn't tell you you're the person I want to be with. Maybe this person was kind of like a closet lover, something along those lines, where, they kind of just weren't committed. They weren't clear. They weren't decisive. I don't know how else to explain that. They really didn't know what they want. They knew you were a good person or whatever it was, but they didn't want to label the relationship. You were maybe in a situationship, something along those lines. And you decided, you know what, I better open up my options because I feel like I'm wasting my time. So you were getting ready to leave the past, leave that steadfast commitment. Because think about this, how long does it take to line up dominoes so that when you click one, they all fall? It takes time. It takes investment, emotionally, physically, everything. It takes a lot of commitment for you to do that. And I think you started to realize that you were committed to the wrong play per se, and you were getting ready to make a move, make a change. You're like, you know what, I'm gonna let bygones be bygones. I'm gonna start looking. I'm turning around and looking at who's on the other side of the door. I'm really like, it's one of these things like, if you're not coming through, move out the way because you're blocking the flow. And you really start to energetically send that signal. And that, I feel like, with the Queen of Voices, you really do create an energetic boundary where you're no longer being affected by the dark thoughts, the why not me type, scenario, whatever it be. Whatever move it is that you make with this Queen of Voices and the Three of Inspiration, including the Nine of Emotions, this person really feels that energetic shift. And they're like, oh, wait, hold on. I really don't want to let this person be gone and start anew with somebody else. I really do want to be with them. And they communicate that. So I'm not telling you to go ahead and start seeing 20 other people or something like that to kind of push somebody to come to you, like somebody that you might have wanted a relationship with. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you stop being focused on that person and worrying about why that person had not committed to you. And that energetically creates a boundary. It sends a signal that you really just like, you know what, I'm not gonna sit here and dwell onto why this person hasn't chosen me. I would rather just go ahead and open up my mind to the possibility of maybe they're not the one. Maybe it's time to look to the horizon for something different. And you no longer feel the rejection, right? With the Four of Emotions, you no longer feel like they're rejecting your offer. You really start, Page of Inspiration, to look towards the future and really start to strategize and plan what might possibly be coming ahead. All right. With the Five of Emotions, you no longer feel the despair. So you have the 4 and the 5. So you definitely were kind of like in your head as to why this person maybe had not chosen you. All right. Then you get the Page of Voices. So then you have the Page of Emotions. All right. So this person, that the communication was very superficial and you kind of knew it. Maybe they were wishy-washy. With the Nine of Emotions as well, they were, the type of person, like I said, they couldn't decide that they wanted to be with you. Like you guys had it's a situationship. You had, oh wait, what's the new word? Entanglement. You guys had something, it just wouldn't progress to something better. So as you notice, you have Page, you have Knights, but you really don't have any Kings here. You have where you come to the realization that things have to change. And you have the Ace of Inspiration and you have the Ace of Voices. So yeah, so Voices and Emotions, you really then just say, the dick might be good with the Ace of Inspiration, but I see clearly now. Like I clear my head. I'm no longer confused. I'm no longer questioning what's wrong with me, why this person won't choose me. I'd rather just start anew, just start looking for things to get me going in a different direction, So like I said, it's not necessarily somebody else. It'd be something else. Maybe you found something, another hobby or something that takes up your time and you're no longer 100% focused on this person, and this person's starting to feel you withdraw energetically from them. Now, I'm not saying you're not entertaining them, but what I'm saying is your energy, your commitment energetically to that person is no longer valid. All right. Yeah, you kind of stood your ground for a while with the Seven of Inspiration, and you are now, ready to walk away from it. You know, you're pulling your energy away. Look at that imagery. You know, she's walking on the ledge of her hand, and universe is like, okay, if you weren't gonna make a change, I was gonna make it for you. I mean, I'm protecting you from hurt, and you're kind of acting dumb, blind, and stupid. So if you weren't gonna do it, I was gonna do it for you. So it's good to know that, you know, you come to that realization, like, you know what, it is what it is. I really don't need you in my life. I got me, and it's okay. And you have the Queen of Emotions, again, another queen. So you really go from being this like whatever attitude, like, you know, I'm cutting the energy, the energetic connection between you and I'm really focusing on moving forward, okay, of really just kind of forgetting this feelings of rejection and despair, and I'm loving me, okay? I'm loving me. So I'm curious, are you gonna end by yourself? Because that's, God. Sorry, every so often they get to barking, and it took me a second to find the pause button. But anyway, so I'm just gonna draw a couple more cards for additional guidance, just because you end up by yourself here. Like, I don't want to be by myself either. But, you know, it's not saying, you know, you're not entertaining them. Like I said before, it just says you energetically pull away, like you're no longer focused on them. Hand muse, okay? So you definitely start to, the mask is off, all right? You get this moment of enlightenment when you really start to see things for what they really are. Seven of Voices. There's no longer a mask, a deception. You're not deceiving yourself. You really are being very honest with how you feel the situation is progressing, and you make the decision to say, whatever, like, you know, maybe you're in the mindset of, I'm gonna enjoy it while I can, and if something better comes along, I'm gonna entertain it as well, because at the end of the day, you didn't choose me. So we're not, you know, quote unquote in a relationship like I felt like I was, but you weren't. So, you know, it's one of these things. It reminded me of a meme that I posted somewhere. I was just like, you know, if I pop out on a relationship, don't be mad. Anyway, okay, so there's too many cards, but the card that I did see was the High Priestess, which means you know where you stand. You know what things really are all about. And I think finally, I feel like you come to that realization, and you've gathered your inner strength to really just be like, all right, this is what it is. I accept it for what it is. But I'm going to keep my eyes open, you know. I'm going to just kind of focus on what I feel I need to focus on to get myself to a better position. And here you go. Look at that. Muse of Voices. Okay. And you have the Ace of Voices. All right. So you become very stoic, very clear on what it is that you want. Okay. With the Muse, you really do know that you want to move forward. And then here comes the Ace of Emotions. Okay. Very fast with the Eight of Inspiration. So the moment you decide to stop and turn around, boom, all of a sudden, it's like you remove the hair clog and the water in the drain starting to go really fast, right? And here comes the Page of Materials. And then you get this message of someone that's willing to come forward, which already had came out higher before. So I really do feel like, you know, cutting your energetic ties to whatever's keeping you stagnant, whatever's keeping you in your head about something, that's the key. Once you come to the realization that, you know, having options doesn't necessarily mean having multiple men in your life, rather having things that keep you away from over analyzing and, you know, really thinking too much about what your current situation is, and just focusing on yourself and doing things that keep you and make you happy, is the unclogger. That's the plunger that unclogs the energy flowing towards you. And once you unclog it, honey, tons of good shit is coming. All right. And it's not gonna be questionable. You know, you've learned your lesson. All right. With your Nine of Inspiration. Awakening, the truth becomes known. All right. This is all about change, growth, efforts, you know, to rebuild, to release truth. You know, you really, you know, something comes full circle when you learn what things were really all about. All right. Three of Materials and Temperance. So this to me indicates that you really learn to work with what you've got, okay? You really find that balance between, maybe you were overly committed to someone who wasn't that committed to you. And when you come to that realization and you start to change your focus and you start to really see things from a different perspective and really kind of cut the ties of the energetic ties where you were constantly like, oh my God, why isn't he calling me? Whatever, something along those lines. It really does bring forward that good energy where you find that happy medium, the balance where you grow from it and you're able to work together with whatever it was that was not working before. So if you go back to this person, let's go back to it being one person. Once you pull your energy, okay, listen, I just got this. It's one of these things like where maybe you gave up things in your life to be around this person as much as you could be. And this person didn't like that. This person is the type of person that's not the clingy type and you were clingy. So they started to kind of, I don't want to take this to the next level because you're going to be the type of person that's going to want me to be home 24/7 with you attached to my hip. And that's not who I am. And it took you a minute to realize that. And when you finally came to that realization, you cut you cut those energetic strings. You were able to say like, okay, wait, hold on. I need to keep my life. I need to go back to finding me, which was the person that he originally fell for. And once you did that and you started to kind of split your life from his life per se, where you're able to maintain your own interests and your own things going, that's what brings the person back. Like, okay, now we could figure out where we're going because I don't want your life to be me. So you have to find that balance between a relationship and your personal life where you have an actual normal relationship where each one of you has, your life, which is actually something that I talk about all the time, which is 1 + 1 = 3. When you're in a relationship, it's not, just you and the other person. It's you, the other person, and the two of you together. Okay, so it's like, it's 3 lives being lived, right? The person has their own life, you have your own life, and you guys have your life together. Once you're able to find that balance, that's when things change. There's your message, my earth signs. I love it. Okay, I shall see you on the other side. Peace.